MMA Now, powered by Shawne TV Network.
I'm David Kano with MMA Now TV, and right now we're joined with the head honcho of Bellator, MMA Scott Coker. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Well, let's talk about Bellator 160 tomorrow. You have Benson Henderson headlining it, and there was some big news. Rory MacDonald is coming over to Bellator. Is that 100% confirmed?
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that Rory's not signed yet. We made him an offer. The steps are he has to take it to his current employers and get them to either match it or not match it. I heard they're not going to match it, but until I get the letter back, from Rory saying that he's free and clear, we can't move further or engage in any kind of contract. But I think we're almost there.
Now, what does that mean? I mean, like these are top contenders. Benson, where he was the title holder at 155. Rory fought for the title at 170. What does that mean that you have some of these guys coming over?
I mean, listen, when I got here, 20 months ago, it already had a decent roster. And then we started sprinkling guys like Paul Daly, Melvin Manhoff. We signed
Phil Davis.
Phil Davis was one of the first guys, actually. And then we signed Mitrione, and then we signed Benson. And then now, hopefully we'll be able to land Rory. And you mix them up with this roster, it just becomes a lot of great matchups. I mean, look at our 170 division now. If we get Rory, we have Paul Daly, Lima, Kreshkov, MVP, Fernando Gonzalez. I mean, we got a tough 170-pound division. So, there's a lot of good fights ahead in Bellator in that division. So, something we'll be really proud of next year.
Now, what does that say about, obviously, UFC is the head promotion, but Bellator has been making leaps and strides since you came along. Is that the vision you've had for it? And what is your vision for Bellator?
Yeah, you know what? It's like this. I was just telling somebody else today. When I wake up, I don't think about anybody else other than what I'm going to do that day, honestly. It's because I'm too busy, man. It's like, and I'm sure people that are in other organizations feel the same way. You wake up, you go, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to try to accomplish, and we go after our goals, right? And but thinking about other organizations, I just don't do that. And we're extremely busy. We have, we've had record-breaking a year for Bellator in the sense that all of our tentpole events now, all the main events are over $1 million plus, $1.2 million, $1.3 million. One was 3.2. Hoist Gracie versus Ken Shamrock was 3.1. We threw in some fun fights. We've done hardcore fights for the hardcore fans, probably 90% of the time. But once in a while, we're going to split it with some fun fights and deliver a different set of eyeballs that maybe doesn't watch currently. So, our goal is we're on an entertainment channel. We're going to expand this property and bring in some of the best fighters in the world like we're doing and put on some of the best matchups that we're doing. And from time to time, we're going to split it with some really fun fights.
Just two questions before you go. What do you have in plan? I know Merriman said you guys have a lot of things in the works that he wouldn't disclose to me in studio, but can you break a couple things that you have?
I can tell you this. We haven't talked to Shawne yet, but when I look at him, I'm like, man, this guy should really fight. Wouldn't that be amazing?
He said he trains.
He trains. We haven't talked about him fighting, but I'm not gonna stop talking about it. We'll see.
Also, Nick Diaz was your Strikeforce champion. There's broken the news that he got jumped by 4 guys yesterday or early yesterday morning. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
I guess it happened outside the Hyde Bellagio, but apparently the 4 guys, he ended up with a gash, ended up worse off than him. Is that a smart decision trying to jump Nick Diaz?
I mean, boy, I tell you, some people just aren't thinking it through, man. But I don't know what the situation is, but if you're going to go pick on somebody, you want to bully somebody, that's not the guy to bully, man. That's a hardcore fighter that, probably used to fight for free, right? And he's not afraid of anybody. So, I think they made a bad choice.
Scott, thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.